What is going on, Culture Crew? Thank you for tuning in today. We are going to be talking about the most exciting thing that I've ever experienced in the stock market, even through all the wild rides that we've been through with the crashes and the pandemics. This one is pretty much taking the cake. This is like a soap opera, guys. This is developing into being one of the craziest things that I think we'll see for a very long time. Even people who are not even interested in the stock market, I hear them talking about the stocks that are involved in this, all this craziness, all this nonsense. I hear them talking about it at the gym. Usually these muscle heads are in there talking about how much they can bench press. Today they're talking about stock. Like, what the heck is going on? It's completely insane, guys. We're in some uncharted water. We've never seen anything like this, but today I'm gonna tell you what the heck is going on, why are we in for such a wild ride. This is all but beginning just right now. This is gonna be something really either unprecedented or really bad. We're gonna talk about that in just one second, but if you're new here, my name is Louis, and I do these videos, guys, to keep you updated and help you make money in the markets. Remember, what I say is just my opinion, and remember, guys, if you do like this, give it a big thumbs up and share it with anyone who you know needs to see this. This is the saltiest stock channel on YouTube. Today we're salty, but not usually. Usually we're very happy. But what's going on right now, guys, is very crazy. Let me start off by telling you just a couple of things. So there has been some major institutions, trading houses, brokerages that are not allowing you to trade these stocks. But what I am finding, guys, is that when I do a video on these stocks that are in controversy right now, YouTube doesn't seem to be promoting them. I think there might be something going on there. So we're not going to call these stocks by their original name. We're going to put a variation to these names so we don't get censored by YouTube, even though we love YouTube because it allows us to communicate and teach you guys. But it also does a very poor job of letting the information out when it needs to be out. So I have noticed that the videos, even other people's videos who have that name of GameGo or anything else that's going on with that Reddit account, you know, I can't talk about because I don't want this video to get censored, have had very little views, and it's not getting pushed out at all. So the title in this video is not going to mention any of that. It's actually going to be very incognito, and what I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to try to keep those names to a minimum. I'm not going to try to say them at all. But let me just start off by telling you guys that the SEC, I hope you guys understood that, is gearing up to make some examples. And I'm telling you this because I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it. There's articles from different people who are in and around the SEC who are just looking for the right time to strike. The SEC is very calculated, guys. They don't just come out and just, you know, overnight. They build their case. So there's something that's going to come out of this, and I don't think it's going to end too good. So there's a real problems going on right now. Let me start off by telling you that Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, WEBULL, M1 Finance, all of these big players in the trading space, you know, the apps that we use and the ones that the free commissions, the ones that everyone thinks is like our best friends, you know, because they're allowing us to now get our foot in the door, they're turning on us. They're not allowing us to trade stocks as a GME or, you know, as GameGo, AM, and the letter that comes after B, the theater company. Might as well I just say it, AMC. They're not allowing us to trade that. Or another company that I'm not too familiar with, acronym KOSS, they're also halted trading on that. You can, I believe you can still sell it, but you can't buy it or do any type of shorting or anything like that. But I do think that this is only the first sweeping round of stocks that are not going to be able to be traded because it's not so much them. It's not the brokerage houses that are giving us or giving this, how would I say, bad news or not allowing us to trade these. It's their clearing houses. It's actually the people that they go through. It's the companies that they go through in order to put their trades in for us. They're the ones who are not having it. And the two that are being cited as being the ones that are basically saying, hell no, this has got to stop, are Apex and Citadel. Remember that name, Citadel, because we're going to get back to that in just one second. I did mention them briefly in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it up top. But what I want to tell you is that the GameGo, stock price has been on a roller coaster. So let me just show you guys. This morning earlier on, I thought this thing was pretty much done. I thought they were going to stick a fork in it. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I've got here. I just want to record the screen so I can. As you can see, guys, this stock was trading. This stock was trading at about 80 something bucks earlier this week and at the end of last week, which was still very high, very high for this stock. And then at its height, it reached about $468, only to crash down today to about $153. Main reason why is because there's been a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt being spilled out over the media, all the media that we watch, the Bloombergs and CNBCs, basically telling us that, you know, this is going to come to an end, all of this craziness that's going up. And not only that, but all these apps that are now restricting all the trading, the fact that that forum on Reddit went private, you know, a lot of things were looking kind of scary. So a lot of people who made a ton of money at $400 and $300 with this stock, you know, sold out. A lot of them were selling out. But what happens is when this stock sold out at about $132 at its low, guess what happens then? Then the positions, the people who had short positions here, they came in and bought stocks back at the lower price because they had to cover their positions. So all that did was draw the price right back up. As you can see right now, it's still trading at about $232, which is still a lot, but it's nowhere near as what it was yesterday. So we can see that there's a lot of craziness going on here with that. The other thing I want to talk to you about, that this is spilling over crazy. This is starting to become a movement. This is something like we've never ever seen before. It spilled over into the cryptocurrency space by getting a bunch of people who follow a Reddit, a subreddit, or whatever it's called, under the name of Satoshi Street Bets, I think it's called, Satoshi Street Bets. And they went up in there and stated that we should now do the same thing with Dogecoin. Dogecoin is not really a real cryptocurrency. It was kind of put together more as like a meme, or you know, kind of like a parody coin a long time ago, like when cryptocurrencies first started to get popular, like 08 and 09, and people are running with it. This was trading for under a cent, guys, less than a penny. You can't even fathom how little that was, right? And then it skyrocketed to about 3 cents, or 162%. So now it's back down a little bit. Let's see where it is right now. Let's see if we can get an idea where it's trading at currently. Dogecoin seems to be at 2.5 cents. It's still very high. So basically what that meant, guys, is if you would have taken, let's say, $1,000, you'd be at $2,500 right now. You know, like more than 25. You'd probably be at like $3,000. So that would have been a great move for anyone who's following these things. But I don't recommend, guys. I know I'm getting a lot of people asking me this. Should I buy AMC? Should I buy Dogecoin? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? And you know, personally, what I'm telling you is, like, I wouldn't touch it. I would not touch it. I wouldn't be buying this thing, because there is a lot. Not only is there a lot of uncertainty with this, because it's not, these stocks aren't trading where they're supposed to be trading, guys. These cryptocurrencies not trading where it's supposed to be trading. In a free market, which we're going to talk about in just 1 second, companies, coins, whatever you're trading, it finds its equilibrium. The market is the best judge of value. You know, that's the way I'll put it for you. But right now there's way too much manipulation, both on the SEC's end, and you know, obviously all these funds they're manipulating as well, but also all the backlash that investors are having now through the Reddits and all these other things, because this is unnatural. You know, what's happening right now is not natural. So if you get involved in these companies right now, a lot of people here are not buying these to stick around for the long run for 5 to 10 years. People are just buying these right now because they want to be able to make these short-term gains. They want to be able to make money right now and maybe double or triple their money. And I totally get it. You know, people need money, especially right now when things are really rough. But I feel like you're just going to get yourself set up and you're going to lose money. I mean, I've had, I think, 2 of my students asked me recently, 2 of the ones that are in my group, asked me recently, should I buy AMC? And I told them I would not. I mean, I never tell people what to do with their money. I only tell them what I would do. I said I would not touch that thing. And thank God they didn't, because they would have been down more than half of their money. AMC stock is not doing that well. Even though it's higher than it was before, it's still not doing as well as they would have expected it to be, because they want to do that trade to be up money, not to be down money, and that's exactly what seems to be happening. Now, the other ones that are getting affected are, as of today, American Airlines, and that's this funny one because American Airlines is only up because they released earnings yesterday. Let me see if I can pull this up. They released earnings yesterday, and what's funny about that is that usually when you release earnings and your earnings are positive, your stock value usually goes up. Sometimes it may stay flat or go down if it's already baked in, but they actually lost less money than expected. That's what their claim to fame is right now. They were expected to lose about $4 and change per share. They ended up losing like $3.80 something cents per share, which is less than what were expected to lose. So because of that, the stock ran up. And on top of that, this was a trending stock also on Reddit, on the group. And guess what happened? It ran up from about, let's see, $15 to a high of about $20. So not exactly as high as these other ones, but it's having a spillover effect, guys. And you can't even trade this right now. You can't even, if you try to trade it, it's being halted for suspicious trading. Another company that has actually done crazy numbers that may have just saved, what might have just been saved, guys, and we don't know the outcome of this yet, is a company by the name of Naked, NAKD. They manufacture undergarments for men and women. It's a company based out of Australia, and it was currently trading at just about $1 or under $1, and it was being threatened to be delisted from the stock market because of its size of its share. But it went from $1 to $3 and change, and they just raised $50 million by selling shares at about $1.70 a piece. So this may have just saved their ass. Well, hopefully their ass wasn't naked. Hopefully they had some garments on, but they were saved regardless. And this is the craziness that's going on right now, guys. And I don't know what to call it, because companies are not all meant to make it. Not all companies are made to last, because the business that this is survival of the fittest. If a company is not financially stable, they can't make good products, they can't balance their balance sheets, they can't do anything that you're supposed to do, it's supposed to be okay to let those companies fail. But a lot of these companies are getting short sell positions that are bringing the prices down even more. So that's why I feel like these companies, the fact that they're getting the second chance is probably a very good thing for them. Will they last is yet to be seen, but let's give it some time and we'll all find out the answer to that. But this is where it gets very interesting. This is where it gets very crazy. Check this out. So Melvin Capital, one of the short sellers famed for shorting the GameGo stock that has just blown up in their face, got bailed out recently by two other of their buddies, two other funds. The one fund is Steve Cohen's 0.72, and the other fund is Ken Griffin's, not to be mistaken with Ken Griffey Jr., Citadel. Remember, I spoke about Citadel early on in this video, and Citadel actually puts in the trades for Robinhood. How weird is that, right? So think about this. Robinhood is no longer allowing trades for GameGo, but they're also the company or the fund that bailed out Melvin Capital. Something doesn't smell right there, right? Something's a little fishy. They have just provided a bailout in the tune of $2.75 billion to Melvin Capital. That's a ton of money, guys. That's why these guys that make a living out of shorting, man, it's a very dangerous, risky proposition. It's a very dangerous game, and they just got caught with their pants down. And I'll tell you right now, Melvin is down 30% this year because of this trade, because of these trades that they're getting their face bitten off for. But the crazy thing is that they have actually returned a 30% profit every year since 2014, since Melvin Capital was established. And the issue I'm having with that is, yeah, 30% seems pretty good. Warren Buffett returns 20%, but Warren Buffett doesn't go around shorting companies. Warren Buffett goes out finding value. And if obviously you could, whatever works for you, works for you. But let's look at like another person like Kathy Woods. She's returning over 100% on some of her ETFs, and she is not betting on someone's destruction. in my opinion, these people are getting exactly what they deserve. Yeah, you know what? Everyone's entitled to make money the way they want, but at the expense of other people, which I think is very, very unhuman, and that should be something that should be monitored by SEC. But you know what? I'm not to say, because a free market's a free market, right? If it's been around for that long, there has to be a way to balance things out. But the problem with what they're doing is not so much that they're following the rules and doing things right. They're doing things that are, in my opinion, from the way I understand it, and I'm going to explain to you in just a second, is frankly illegal. So we'll talk about that and see if anything comes out of it. Now, there's a new rumor. This is just a rumor. It has not been, how would I say, it hasn't been confirmed yet. There's a rumor on Twitter right now that someone, let me pull it up right here. I'll give you exactly who this person is, which I found to be very, very, very interesting. Justin Khan, I'm not sure who this gentleman is, but his this tweet is going down in infamy. He said he just got a tip that Citadel reloaded their shorts before they told Robinhood to stop trading the GameGo stock. If this is true, then Ken Griffin and Robinhood founders should be in jail. He went on to say that this is class warfare. Okay, guys, let me just explain to you what this is. This is definitely something that the SEC cannot ignore if this is true. So what they did explain to you is this. Citadel, being basically the daddy of Robinhood, they tell them what to do because they're the ones that put in the trades for Robinhood, basically took out a position of shorting GameGo and then went and told Robinhood you can no longer do trades on this stock on your platform, which obviously would drive the price of that stock down because now people are getting scared. They're not able to put in trades. They're not going to go and open up another trading account if that's the only one they have. You know, it's just a major inconvenience for people. So if this is true, there's some big things on the horizon that are going to happen or may not happen. And that's what he's talking about, that this is class warfare. We will just see about that. Now, there is something I do want to talk to you guys about, and this is a misconception that many people have. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Leave it down below. The market is not for us to be profitable. It's for us to transfer our wealth to the rich. Now, this is something that some people have said over the years, and some people disagree with it. Or a better way to, I guess, say it is that stock market is basically transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich. But some people disagree with that because they say that everyone can buy shares, and indeed people from all economic classes can purchase shares. That is very true. And Warren Buffett has gone on to say that the stock market is more of a transfer from the patient to the impatient, as Warren Buffett has quoted. Now, I agree totally with Warren. I 100% agree with him. And that's why I've told my students not to look into making a quick profit at any one of these companies, because you'll probably end up getting burned. You end up holding the potato way too long, and that's not going to be a good thing for you. So what do you guys think? Do you think that the stock market is manipulated? Do you think it's a setup? Do you think it's only meant for the transfer of wealth from the ones who don't know what they're doing to the institutions, to the funds, to the good old boys? What do you think? I'd love to hear about it. Let's have a conversation about that in the comments. Now, the stock market is getting censored and manipulated. Obviously, we know that. There is someone here that I want to pull up her recent comments, and she's the NASDAQ she's the NASDAQ CEO. Her name is Adina Friedman. She says that they will halt trading if they match any chatter with unusual stock activity. So for instance, if a stock blows up and they see that they can trace that back to like maybe some people on Instagram, on Twitter, or somewhere else talking about the stock, then that means that they pretty much have free reign, because that's their discretion. So imagine if a stock really did well on its own and they found some chat that went on with a couple hundred people. Are they going to say that this stock shouldn't really be allowed to trade because there was some chatter about it? I mean, that is very hard to monitor. How do you police that? That's really unheard of. Now, her argument is basically that, you know, one of their main missions is to make sure that, or let me read what she said. She said, one illegal market manipulation activity that the SEC goes after is the pump and dump scheme. So they're also very vigilant of that themselves, which I don't blame them for that, because guys, there are a lot of pump and dump schemes out there, and a lot of them are instigated on social media platforms and YouTube, and I'm all for monitoring that. But this right here, I wouldn't consider a pump and dump, even though some investors may get caught in it and it may feel like a pump and dump. But this is more of social activism, in my opinion. People are fighting back with their dollars, fighting back with their freedom of speech. And the result of it is that a lot of these funds that are short are getting burned and they're getting hurt. And the reason why I'm okay with them getting hurt is because of this, guys. Remember I told you that this smells funny and it sounds very illegal to me, and I believe it's true because there is a term called naked short selling. Let me explain to you textbook what naked short selling is. Textbook explanation of naked short selling is that it's the illegal practice of short selling shares that have not been affirmatively determined to exist. So you are selling more shares that actually are in circulation, is what they're saying. Ordinarily, traders must borrow a stock or determine that it can be borrowed before they sell it short. So they didn't even confirm that there was enough stock available to borrow before they actually put that trade in. That's why the stock for GameGo has gone so high and can continue to go higher and could possibly reach $1,000 a share. And it's because there isn't enough people to sell you the shares. A lot of people are getting shaken out of their positions. A lot of people are selling because they're kind of getting scared of what's going on. But if there isn't enough stock to buy, then the price just keeps going higher and higher and higher until someone finally says, okay, I'll sell you my stock at $800, $900, $1,000. Fine, I'll sell it to you. But this is what the problem is. And this is the illegal part, and this is where the real manipulation is. The manipulation is not in these conversations on these forums. The manipulation is that the SEC allows things like this to happen, allows there to be more of a short position on a company than there is available shares. That is not right, in my opinion. That's why I feel that the cryptocurrency market, or should I say investments, are the way of the future, because it's a decentralized, basically, stock market, I guess, for lack of a better word. Imagine if we can have a stock market that was decentralized as well. That might just be the future one day, guys. But right now, the SEC is even trying to crack down on cryptocurrencies. I'm not sure if you heard of this, or you may or may not have heard of this, but they're currently right now have a investigation going on XRP or Ripple, because they're saying that XRP is selling their coins, I guess you would call them, as securities. And the SEC is famous for calling just about anything they want a security. If they really want something to be a security bad enough, they will call it that. So I recently saw a video that this attorney put together stating that the SEC can come for your crypto and you basically can do nothing about it. So very scary. Let me just share that with you for 1 sec, because I think you would get a kick out of this. This I found scary. Maybe not a kick, but maybe it'll scare the pants off of you.
Take a look at what your money is in, because the biggest danger to your cryptocurrency, in my opinion, is the SEC. And if you think your favorite coin holding is safe because Ripple took the hit for you, I'm afraid that history shows you are sorely mistaken. And unless something changes at a higher administrative level, the SEC may very well be coming for your crypto.
So it's possible that almost nothing out there is safe right now, guys. So these are unprecedented times that we're living in. Very, very exciting on one hand, but also very scary on the other. The only thing I can tell you, if this goes the wrong way, there is going to be a lot of revolts, I feel, from the same people that are causing all this ruckus. They're going to make the movements that we've seen with what's that? Remember the one we had? What was called Occupy Wall Street? That thing. It's gonna make that look like a child's play. It's gonna make whatever is happening right now, stock market, look like it is just a walk in the park. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about all this madness that's going on. I, for one, will be watching and monitoring this very closely and bringing you updates, because right now it is a very scary time to be investing, because you don't want your stocks that are legitimate stocks to get caught up in a lot of this hype which is happening right now. So I wish you guys all the best of luck and profitability in these upcoming days, weeks, and months. If you guys are enjoying this video, please give it a major thumbs up. Look out for our future videos, so hit that notification bell after you subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and we'll see you guys on the next video. But before you go, guys, make sure to check out this other video that we just did yesterday about what we're talking about today. It goes into a little bit more detail of what's going on, but I'm sure that you might have not seen it yet, because like I said, YouTube is not really showing everything. So thank you guys, love you, and see you in the next video.